Peace, everybody. What's good? It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, and you and I'm in tune with the True Media Today USA Boxing. Let's go.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble.
All right, everybody, check this out. I'm looking at some of the news that's out there in boxing. A lot of the content creators are talking about, the hottest subject in boxing right now, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. And what is the reality of this fight actually happening? And I just want to pump the brakes a little bit. Shout out to Terence Crawford, man. That's my friend, man. I got a lot of love for Bud and his family. I love what you're doing. I love what he's doing now. I'm going on the media circuit on Joe Rogan Podcast, the hottest podcast in America. Mike Tyson. You're just going around, Breakfast Club, making your media run. There's a lot of people who hate you, Crawford. They mad as hell that you're getting this media attention right now because they always try to downplay you, even the PBC and stuff like that. But now that you use that victory over a PBC fighter as leverage to catapult your career to the next level, now it's like, the genie is being let out of the bottle, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Even your haters, they still hating on you. They still don't like you. They still making 1,000 conspiracy theory videos. But hey, there's nothing they can do about it. That's the reality of the situation. Now, these same group of people who hate Terence Crawford, and they hate him more than they hate anybody, they hate Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are two of the most hated fighters in boxing by the same group of black content creators. These they so-called pro-black revolutionaries, but they shit on black fighters who are not signed to the PBC or who don't push the narrative that they want them to push. So these guys are pro-PBC, pro-Al Heyman. I never seen anything like this. They never met Al Heyman before in their life. You don't even know what he looked like or what his voice sound like. It's like Charlie on Charlie's Angels. The Angels never met Charlie, and this is the situation that's going on. Now, the reality of Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fighting each other, I really don't know. I think the business would dictate that. I'm hearing that Canelo, I did see a video about Blue Blood Sports TV. I only saw part of it because, Blue does his introductions. He do 5-minute introductions. So normally when I watch his videos, I skip the first 3-4 minutes. I don't, because he's going to give you the entire resume, arm measurement, stuff like that. But I want to put a little water on this fire. Canelo is right. He's not going to get any credit. They're saying that Canelo is rebuffing at the idea of fighting Terence Crawford, as he should. And I'm going to tell you why. He's not going to get any credit from the same group of people who hate Crawford and Spence anyways. Because if Terence Crawford, not Crawford and Spence, Crawford and Canelo, if Canelo were to fight Terence Crawford, and let's say he were to win, right? And I know Bud feel like he could beat Godzilla, so I do get that. But let's say he were to win, he's not going to get any credit for that. He's fighting a guy that moved up 3 weight divisions. He jumped up from 147 to 168 to fight him. And let's say he has a fight with Errol Spence at 154, which more than likely that rematch will happen at 154. And then from there he moves up to 168. You can count it, but you can't really count it because he hasn't settled in at the 154-pound division. It's not like he's been there for years and then moved up 2 weight divisions. No, it's still going to be 3 weight divisions because he's fighting a fighter at Errol Spence, one fight at 154, and when he wins, I'm not even going to say if he wins, when he wins, and because he's going to beat the brakes off of him again, then he's going to jump up to 168 to try to challenge Canelo. Canelo's in a lose-lose situation with that, because if he beats Crawford, guess what? No one's going to give him credit for that. Oh, man, you beat up on a little man. And it's like, again, these guys argue both sides of the coin. They hate Crawford and they hate Canelo. So there's no beef with Crawford and Canelo. Canelo is right in that aspect, and Crawford is right. If Crawford wants to fight Canelo, that would be his biggest payday. So from a business standpoint, that makes sense. And there's no doubt in my mind that Crawford really feels physically that he can beat Canelo. Now, Canelo is not Errol Spence. Canelo's not going to keep his head on the center line. Canelo's not going to be reaching with the backhand. All of the mistakes that Errol Spence have been making throughout his entire career that he's been able to get away with, Canelo doesn't do those things, right? So, let's keep everything in its proper perspective. And maybe Canelo will be the one to bring out the Super Saiyan powers or the Ultra Instinct Goku powers out of Terence Crawford, and vice versa. But, if Canelo's not motivated to fight a guy who started at 135 or just a welterweight who's been a welterweight for 5 years, that's understandable because he's not going to get any credit for that. Now, Now, Terence Crawford is pound for pound the #1 fighter in the world, so people can say he beat a #1 pound for pound fighter. They can say that. But with Canelo, like he said, you know, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. So if he's not motivated to fight Crawford, that's understandable. If Crawford is motivated to fight, you know, motivated to fight Canelo, that's understandable because he get a chance at legacy and he get a chance at making a boatload of money. What does this fight do for Canelo from a legacy standpoint? I don't think it does much for him. Because it's always going to be, yeah, he beat Crawford, a pound-for-pound fighter, but let's keep it in this proper perspective. That guy was a welterweight. You get what I'm saying? So I do get it. As it relates to Derrick James says that that Errol Spence is a better fighter than Terence Crawford, and he have no. I think he said something of the sort that there's not a doubt in his mind that Errol Spence will destroy Terence Crawford in the rematch or beat him in the rematch. You know, Derrick James, I don't know what type of weed you smoking, and I smoke good weed. I don't know what the fuck you smoking over there in where you at, in Dallas, Texas, or Houston, or whatever the fuck you at in Texas. Boy, you tripping. You just saw your fighter Errol Spence get his ass handed to him. Terence Crawford snatched his head off his neck and wiped his ass with his head, and you got the nerve to sit, and you couldn't make any adjustments. Your fighter got thoroughly outclassed. The Debo game where he tried to muscle people and muscle his way in there, that didn't work because he wasn't the stronger fighter. He got his ass handed to him, and you got the nerve to say that he's a way better fighter than Terence Crawford after the ass whooping and the massacre and the murder that Terence Crawford committed against Errol Spence. So what it tells me, Derrick James, is you are one of the most delusional trainers I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, you got you train of the year, but you don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's just my opinion on it. Your fighter got his ass handed to him, and you did a shit job as a trainer, and you are in denial at that. I hope like hell that this rematch happen again. I want to see Errol Spence get the fuck beat out of him again because I'm tired of all of these niggas with these excuses, making all these goddamn excuses and conspiracy theories. So I want Terence Crawford to beat the shit out of him again, let both guys get paid. I want to see that stupid ass look on Derrick James' face again, and then he could take his ass off into the sunset. You focus on Jermell fighting Canelo. That's a tall task. But Derrick James, you full of shit. You are the cap artist. That's why I call you Mushmouth Derrick James. You the same trainer that said you don't study film. You discredit Crawford. You discredit Bomac. You are one of the most arrogant trainers on the planet. And I don't even know why you so goddamn arrogant. When you got Jermell, he was already a built-up fighter from Ronnie Shields. So you basically took a product that was already good and a champion under Ronnie Shields, and you put your spin on it or whatever the case may be. So there's nothing more that I want for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford to fight each other. There's nothing more that I want from that because I want to clear all doubt. Kill all the aerosexual YouTube channels. Not physically, but just kill their narratives and stuff like that because these niggas ain't going to give you no credit no matter what. So these are the same group of people that hated Canelo, that hate Terence Crawford. And the PBC still don't like Terence Crawford. Trust me, they don't, but they doing business with him. They still don't like Canelo, but they doing business with him. But these fanboys and these trainers and all that stuff there, y'all just fall the fuck back. You know, and just be honest with the assessment. There's nothing that I want more than to see Terence Crawford beat the fuck out of Errol Spence again in front of his family, in front of his trainers, in front of all of the PBC record label staff and as a crew. There's nothing more that I want to see that again. I pray that it happen in December. I want Errol Spence to come back bigger, come back stronger, do all the things, get back with Blu-ray, AK, get back with whoever you need to get back with, because we don't want any motherfucking excuses. Now, Errol Spence is not making any excuses at all. He's not making any excuses at all. But everybody around him, from the trainer to his different family members, to his ex-strength and conditioning coach, to the different aerosexual YouTube channels, everybody making excuses but him. So I'm not talking about Errol Spence. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy, based on what Bud told me, so I'm going to leave that alone as related to Spence. But the rest of you motherfuckers around him, please, I pray to God that this fight happens, because I want to see him get his fucking jaw broke and get the shit beat out of him, and I want you guys to witness that massacre again, okay? Other than that, that's it. It's that boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. True Media Today, USA Boxing. You guys tell me, what do you think? Am I spot on in my analysis as it relates to Canelo Alvarez? I don't think that fight... Canelo, if he don't take that fight, understandably so, he's not going to get credit for it. This is the same group of people that hate Terence Crawford, hate Canelo, and the same group of people that hate Canelo, hate Terence Crawford. It's the same hate group. The same hate group, the Alphabet Boy community, better known as the LDBC and their affiliates. And so I gotta put a name on it. and let you guys know that you the niggas who I'm talking about. And just the pro PBC guys. I see you guys on the next one, man. Hate, like, share, subscribe. You know my motto. Don't beat me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.